So I just got back from watching Captain America: Brave New World, and I ain't gonna lie, the movie is not that great, but it's not terrible either. Like, I don't even understand the hate. I really don't. Like, one thing that they could have really done though is they could have followed up with this Power Broker storyline. In this movie, Sharon Carter is nowhere to be found, which confused the hell out of me. Like, at the end of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we find out that she's the power broker. She just got pardoned by the United States government. She gets her job back at Shield. It was perfect for you guys to follow up with that and have Sam go down the rabbit hole and figure out that she was working with the leader this whole entire time. And that's where Dr. Nagel, or how I should say Dr. Nagel, for all those who don't know who I'm talking about, the scientist that Zemo offed in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he basically could have gotten that formula and perfected it with the leader. You could have tied all of this together. And then, speaking of the leader, whose idea was it to give him a fucking molted head? I don't know. I don't know who told y'all to do that. That was terrible. Terrible. All y'all had to do was paint him green. At the end of the Incredible Hulk, his head was already swelled up. All you had to do was make him green. But the one thing, aside from that killed me about his character is we didn't see him make not one Hulk. Not one. You know what? I'm sorry. That's kind of a lie, because we technically see him make the Red Hulk. But where else is the other Hulks? You know what I'm saying? You guys had the perfect chance to bring back the Hulk dogs from the very first Hulk movie. The real ones know. If you know, you know. You could have brought back the Hulk dogs. You could have brought back a Luke Ferrigno's Hulk that was being mind controlled by the leader. You guys had so much potential. You could have brought in Eric's Hulk as well. And you guys completely missed your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You could have possibly got She-Hulk involved. I read somewhere that they were saying that this was an Incredible Hulk sequel. How you have a sequel and the Incredible Hulk's not even in the movie? And you guys just could have did so much. Tiamat, waste of time. You know what I'm saying? They said that he was supposed to be important to the plot. All he was a stage for these guys to spar on. He served no purpose whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Not one purpose. What you guys should have did with that is you should have had an Avengers movie centered around the Celestials. Eversham said at the end of Eternals that he was coming back for Judgment, right? So maybe instead of this guy showing up, Galactus shows up in his place, and they thinking that he's the herald of Erisham coming to basically destroy them. They stop him, they kind of drain him of his powers, and then they trying to figure out why he's coming to destroy him, and he doesn't have to follow through with what Erisham says, being that he's this all-powerful all-powerful God. So then he makes it clear, I'm not rocking with Erisham. I basically hate the guy. I want to take him out as well. So they basically give him back his power. They also tell him about Tiamat that's just sitting all fucking petrified in the ocean and shit. He absorbs his power, and then literally Galactus, as he's absorbing him, you see the 6 eyes of Erisham approaching the earth. This nigga charging up, and he just boom goes right at him. And that whatever the hell else you add into that could have been your Avengers Judgment Day. You know what I'm saying? If you have to do a part two is just Galactus just beating the shit out of Erisham. Erisham calls in the other Celestials, so he starts beating the shit out of the rest of them. That could have just easily regained the interest of all your fans and audience. I'm telling y'all, it's not that hard, bro. It's not that hard. Y'all let me know, though. What was your opinion of Captain America: Brave New World? I gave it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. I really don't understand the hate. I really don't. It definitely felt like a large chunk of the plot was missing. Um, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. They definitely should have followed up with the Power Broker storyline at the very least. And the leaders should have made actual Hulk creatures. But overall, I'm still looking forward to Sam being Captain America. Um, Next time, just do more with it. That's it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Preach.